I'm being slightly inspired by Leona of Fluff in Dundee, aka the Rusty Ferret, and all her vlogging, and everybody else who vlogs. I do enjoy watching a vlog series, but I have been enjoying Leona's method of doing a week's worth in one video. I find that a good way of catching up with people, and you don't feel like you're getting behind if you don't watch every day. So we're on the 2nd of August today, and I will be going home to Shetland for a couple of weeks and then also up to Inverness to see my sister. And I just kind of felt like maybe this might be the time. I am going to make absolutely no promises. I might not continue in any way. I might only do the Shetland bit. I might do the whole of August, although I didn't do yesterday, obviously. I have a slight inkling to do a podcast. I have no idea when I would have time to do that. Part of me does wonder about, a little bit like Ella Gordon sometimes does her sort of quarterly catch-ups, or maybe a monthly thing might be possible. I say this, I never have enough time to do anything, so yeah, it's probably a pipe dream, but I'm just going to indulge myself for a little bit and see if anything happens. So today I am working on a Hexie Puff. My Beekeepers blanket is nearly finished, very nearly finished, given that I've been working on it since about 2013. It's been one of the longest projects I've ever had on the needles. But yeah, I just wanted to check in a little bit. My face is going to be enormous. How do people do this? I'll have to stretch my arms out more. People have selfie sticks, don't they? I've only got my short little arms, so yeah, we shall see. Anyway, I will get back to work now and probably check in a bit later.
Nearly all of my socks are my usual sock size, which is 2.5mm needles, but I've only used the 2.25 a few times, and these are deadly. I actually just cut my hand on them last week. I've got a scar there where I picked up my knitting bag and the knitting needle poked.
It's totally bedtime, but I have just sewn on another row of Hexie Puffs while watching Keeping Faith, which is very good. So I have 6 more rows to sew on, and hopefully that's it finished. Good morning, it's Saturday, hooray! Does anybody else have that thing where through the week you cannot wake up at all? You're so tired every morning, and at the weekend you wake up at like 15 minutes earlier than your alarm ever goes off through the week, and you're bright as a bee. So annoying! The weekend is for catching up on sleep. Anyway, I've got a very busy weekend ahead. A lot of cleaning and sorting and organising before I go away, because really the rest of August is just going to be a bit wild, and I have a flat inspection just after I get back from Shetland, so I'm trying to get as much stuff organised as I can, but I'm having a little bit of time in bed before I start the day, and I'm not going to show you the project I'm working on because it's secret, but this is part of it. I've got a very large cup of tea that actually I think if I try and pick up now I'm going to spill everywhere, so I will not do that, but yeah, that's the day off to a start. Good afternoon, it's Saturday. I've been having quite a busy day actually. I've done quite a lot. I'm not going to do this every day and bore you with lots of you know, this is exactly all the things that I've done. But I've had one of these kind of slightly silly days. So I have my bridesmaid dress for my friend's wedding that needs to get shortened and a little bit of alterations done. And I had gotten a recommendation for somewhere to take it, and I decided I would go today. And but anyway, so that meant that I then still had the dress with me and obviously the shoes. I had to go and find something, or try and find something to wear to same friend's hen do. And the theme is orange, which I do have an orange vest top, but I think that's the only orange clothing that I own, apart from I have an orange shawl that I knitted, but I'm not entirely sure whether I want to wear that on a hen do. It might get lost. And then I went to Boots because I had ordered some things that I can't get in the Boots here. Nothing very big, but then I got a present for my niece's birthday and a couple other bits and pieces. So I thought I'll just do it click and collect, and then I don't need to worry about it. I can just pick it up along the street rather than going into Edinburgh to the big Tesco. And I went in, and if I can show you the box. The box was huge! Huge! So I was like, okay, so I've got this big bag with like my shoe box and things that I've bought and dress, and now I've got this box to carry. So I came straight home and then went out again and went to Tesco, and then found the type of almond milk that I have been drinking on offer, 3 for £3 instead of £1.50 each, and I was like, it's a long life, it's a good deal. So I then had really heavy shopping to carry back as well. So yeah, it's just things often don't quite go as I plan them, I find. So today I'm going to try and work on my Beekeepers blanket. Hello. And maybe, yeah, hopefully get about half of the rows I've still got to do sewn on. Sorry, my arms are sore. They're tired from all that carrying. So I made a lot of progress tonight, or today. It is 5 to 11, so yes, tonight as well. And this should be my Beekeepers blanket finished, but look, there's space for like another 3 rows. And I've just checked and I do have enough stuffing as well, so I've cast on another one. I was so excited for it to be finished, but maybe one more will be plenty. We'll see. Walking my steam train, yeah! Seems like a tractor at the back end. Good morning, it's Sunday. I am having quite a lazy start to the day, but that is good. Excuse the slightly dishevelled, wispy look. I just thought I would record a little bit about my Beekeepers blanket. Just looking good. This morning I have made one hexie puff, but I have come to a bit of a conclusion about what I'm going to do next. So I am going to add on at least another row, possibly 2, and sorry, I'm distracted, there's a little fruit fly. Did I get it? I don't know if I got it. What was I saying? I'm going to make at least another row's worth, maybe 2 rows, and I'm going to do those when I'm in Shetland. So I had already initially been planning that I would do this work on Hexie Puffs in Shetland and then finish the blanket when I got back. I don't know if I've said so far in these videos, that I am trying to finish the blanket by the end of Stash Dash, because huge meterage, huge. So I make a plan every month of basically one crafty thing that I need to work on every day, and that doesn't mean that it's the only thing I can work on, but it's just a way of making sure that I don't ignore things that I do want to get finished but I'm less inclined to work on. I'm sure any other, well, monogamous knitters will be like, what does she mean? Currently I've got, I think, 14 whips, although that includes one whip on Ravelry is actually about 4 different cross stitches, and then I try and make, well, have up till recently tried to make one granny square a week for charity, and I am still trying to do that, but I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon on that one, with a lot of other crafty things. But I'm planning to possibly actually make a full blanket this year rather than individual squares, and give it to Edinburgh Direct Aid or maybe a local homeless charity. I'm not quite sure yet. Why did I start talking? So, number of whips. So yeah, I have there's a couple of other things. My Cozy Memories blanket, which at the moment is one strip of squares, and another crochet blanket that is hexagons. Actually, I seem to like hexagonal things, but that one is all purples and oranges and yellows. It's sort of sunset-y colours, and it's a long way off being finished. I haven't really worked on that at all for ages. But yeah, so I always have quite a few different whips on the go, and there's always something that I do want to finish but I can't really be bothered to work on, or there's something about it that's causing me trickiness, feeling tricky. So oh my god, I do apologise. I'm probably not going to edit all of those out. What are the actual words? Can my brain think of the words without needing to say or or so? My brain is like completely blank. I'd love to blame that on thyroid. Maybe it is thyroid. It certainly was one of my main symptoms when things were not good, was being very confused and my brain just not really doing anything at all. Lots of whips, so I try and have one designated per day so that I do keep working on them all, and I can work on other things that day as well. So it might be that I only put in one row on the thing. Some days I don't stick to it. I've not got particularly good willpower, but I do find that it helps keep me on track a bit. So I had put the Hexie Puffs down on my list for Shetland, as well as I've got a purple colourwork yoke jumper that I've just got the sleeves to do, and I actually would like to have that finished before or when I'm in Shetland, because my mum's got a jumper board that I can block it on. So that's my plan, is to take, I don't think I'll finish it before I go, but I'll take it home with me and get it finished while I'm there. I'm not sure how long the sleeves are going to take. It's finger and weight held double, I think. Is it finger and weight? Maybe slightly thicker. It comes out at about worsted weight, so it shouldn't take me that long, but we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to have something else to bring with me that's small and portable and doesn't need a lot of concentration, because there's always lots of times that I could do a little bit. So points where I'm either maybe even on the show field but haven't got anything to do, or we're at my granny's for lunch and there's a little bit of rest time. I'd like to do something when I'm there. So, and also probably for travelling, I might work on the jumper sleeve on the train, but probably not on the boat. So I will not push on and finish the Beekeeper blanket over these next few days. I will put my Hexie Puffs aside and take the lot to Shetland. And actually, I should work out how many days I'm going to be in Shetland, because maybe if I make one a day, that could be a good way of doing it. I might need to make slightly more than that, but we'll see. Yeah, and then I've got a couple of days between getting back and stash finishing, so I'll be able to sew them onto the blanket in that time, and then I'll get more yardage and it will actually properly be finished. I mean, I could probably say this is a finished object, but I want it to be right, and I'm being honest. So that does mean that what am I going to craft on these next few days, because I want to finish the purple jumper in stash as well. And I've also got my Northwest Passage shawl, which I'm relatively close to finishing. I've got maybe about 4 hours work to still do on it, I would say. So I think I'm going to crack on with that over the next few days and see if I can't get that finished before I go. Or have it very close to finishing and maybe finish that when I get back as well. I don't really want to take it to Shetland too, because it's really bulky, so between that and my jumper, that's going to take up quite a big space in my suitcase. And I'm taking a reasonable selection of food, as well as obviously plenty of clothes and waterproof clothes for the show field, and thankfully I have rubber boots in Shetland, so I don't need to take mine, or at least I think I do. I need to double check that. Yeah, so those are my crafty plans, and today I will also get on with a bit of cross stitch as well. I didn't get as much cleaning done yesterday as I was planning to, so I must do that. I'm so good at avoiding doing the things that I don't want to do, but I don't want to be running around like a headless chicken on Tuesday night being like, oh my gosh, I need to do all this stuff before I go. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'm gonna go in the shower now so that I don't look quite so toodery is the word. In Shetland we would say I had toodery hair, which is essentially, I was thinking about this earlier, I think it's just dishevelled really. It's a bit fluffy, a bit messy, not dirty, but just, yeah, a bit fluffy, a bit dishevelled. So I will speak to you later. 2 or 3 additional thoughts on that. So Hexie Puffs, Shetland. When I say I'll take the lot, I'm not taking the blanket, just my needles. And this does mean that I get to go through my stash and choose some colours. So that's actually quite fun. Because I don't think you would have seen in these videos, but I had all my Hexie Puffs laid out and little balls of yarn for the gaps. So I've had that planned for quite a long time, so I haven't actually needed to think about like choosing yarn for a while, so that's quite exciting. Not that you need to know everything that's going in my suitcase, but I didn't say that I've also got quite a few knitted things, including a shawl and is everything else small? A hat, a gnome. Yeah, actually I've got 3 hats, a gnome and a shawl. The gnome is not very big, to take to Shetland as well, that I'm entering in the show. So yeah, this is why I don't want to be taking loads of big works in progress, because I'm not going to have very much space, even though I've got an enormous suitcase. Welcome to another edition of Hannah's floating head next to her sofa. I promise that I will film bits of video in other places too this month, or however long I end up doing this for. It's quite dark today. I don't think you can tell that from the video, but it's pissing down actually. It's really, really soggy. I don't have to go anywhere today, so that's good. I've just been working all morning. I've done quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've got an afternoon planned ahead of me, and this evening I'll be doing some more housework, but also probably starting to choose yarn for my hexie puffs that I'll make in Shetland. So yeah, I'll maybe show you what I come up with. Anyway, I'm gonna go and eat a flapjack and do some cross stitch because I'm on lunch. I give myself an hour lunch break most days if I'm keeping on track of what I've done and or what I'm planning to do. And today I would say I am. There was one thing on my list that I didn't get done, but that's okay. So yeah, flapjack, maybe a cup of tea. There is cocoa in the flapjack, but you might be able to tell that it got slightly burnt too. Oopsie! Good evening. I am having a relaxed evening and I've been working on my Northwest Passage shawl, which is coming on. It's enormous, there's heaps of it. Heaps and heaps. And it's only getting bigger and bigger. But it'll get there. I have just been watching Who Do You Think You Are and 2 episodes of Nadia's cooking programme that's on BBC just now. I can't remember what it's called. All quick things. Oh, finger. That look quite tasty, so that's good. I'm a bit knackered now actually, it's only 10 o'clock. But I think it's bedtime. Yeah. I don't really have anything much to say, so I think I will round off there today and go to bed. Good morning, it's Tuesday. Feels a bit like Wednesday, but I'm glad it's not because Wednesday's the day I go home, yay! And I'm nowhere near ready, so thank God it's Tuesday. I don't feel particularly like it's a good morning. You might guess from looking at me that I am dead tired today. Last night was all like, just past 10. Oh, I'm so tired, I'm going to bed right now. And then I saw some nonsense on Facebook about some nonsense that was going on in Linlithgow yesterday, which I was not very impressed about. And I just got very hyped up and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So I went to bed. I couldn't get to sleep for absolutely ages, and then it was really cold as well. But anyway, I'm up and I'm working and I've taken a tiny little break from work because some people are complete twats. Not anybody I know in person, nothing to do with knitting, but yeah, some people, not good attitude. Anyway, not gonna dwell. But yeah, today I am hoping and expecting to have a phone call, maybe a visit from the heating engineer. I know he was on holiday last week. This is engineer number 2 coming to look at my boiler as a second opinion. I like this guy though, he's worked here before and yeah, I think he's sound. I don't really understand why they didn't get him out in the first place, but maybe I will understand better why that was the case soon, so we shall see. I really ought to go and tidy up my kitchen a bit though, it's not in the neatest of states. But yeah, just working away. I've got so much on my list today and I'm so tired. Just want to curl up and read a book, but that's not happening. And also I'm a bit annoyed at not sleeping very well last night because it means that I probably will sleep quite well tonight, which is less ideal because then I'm on the boat on Wednesday night and I tend to quite like it if I haven't slept particularly well the night before, because my approach to dealing with being on the boat, I don't get seasick anymore, but I can't be upright when I'm on the boat. When it's sailing, I have to be lying down. It doesn't matter if it's calm or rough. If I'm standing up, the motion makes me feel ill. If I'm lying down, I'm fine, and I can be, I have literally, I've told a lot of people this story, I've had a night on the boat where I was sliding up and down the bed, it was that rough, and I didn't feel sick, I was fine. So the boat sails at 7, so that means that essentially I'm in bed from 7 in the evening until 7 in the morning. So yeah, it's good if I'm in need of sleep because I feel sleepy, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, the joys. I don't mind. I like the train. I really like the train, so that'll be good. But yeah, I don't mind the boat. It's much, much better than flying. I absolutely hate flying. It terrifies me. But you are tired after being on the boat. That's for sure. So no matter how comfy it is, and even if you get a nice quiet night, it's still quite a long slog. I feel like you wake up a lot on and off. So anywho. No dwelling on that. Back to work, Hannah. Get on and do some stuff. Clear this list. I did say I would do a daylight look at my remaining Hexie Puff colours. You're a bit blue in it. But yeah. Mix of variegated self-striping and plain. These are some threads I've had for absolutely ages, so I'm just going to try pairing them all together. Might have to pair them up with something else if they're not quite long enough, but should be good. Dearie me! Plants are getting plenty of water today then. I only knew that was going on. I don't know if you'll hear. That is definitely rain coming in my gas flue. I hope I'm not going to have drainage issues. God, that's proper rain.